Dinosaurs in space, ridden by basically super soldiers, led in a game by Mr.Beast? You have my attention. Love, Death, and Robots Season 4, Episode 7 is titled Screaming of the Tyrannosaur. And I'm just gonna get to the point, it's the best episode we've gotten so far. So basically, 6 highly trained individuals who are wearing next to nothing on the battlefield are fighting on a space station right between Jupiter and Europa. All the while being watched by aristocrats and bureaucrats, being led by Mr. Beast. Yes, this is Mr. Beast as an announcer. Very fitting, as a matter of fact. It's only a matter of time before he actually does something like this. Anyways, these fighters are fighting to the death for the sake of the bureaucrats and aristocrats. Our main character, whose name I can't really remember because I don't think it was ever mentioned, is longing to be free from the tyranny of the aristocrats and the bureaucrats above Europa. Basically, she's a slave to this. And the tattoos we see on each of the characters' bodies are reminiscent to something that involves them. Although we're not given very much of an insight on what it means for all the other characters except for the main character, which in this case involves that of a white wolf. She states that a wolf alone can be outrun, outfought, and outmaneuvered, but as a pack, together they are the apex predator. And what I think she's referring to is her and the rest of the people who are slaves under the aristocrats or bureaucrats fighting together to go against them. Or, you know, it could just be the fact that they're fighting with Triceratops and there's a pack of them, but I mean, I guess it could go both ways. Anyways, each one of them starts offing each other in one way, shape, or form, until it comes down to the main character and the girl right next to her. For some weird-ass reason, they make out right before they literally fight each other to the death. I don't really understand this. This kind of just happened, but I'm like, okay. Anyways, they fight it out, she wins, and then you think it's all over. But no, Mr. Beast here says, we got one more challenge. Classic Mr. Beast trope. There's one more obstacle they need to beat, and that happens to be the white T-Rex. Again, the whole symbolic aspect with the white wolf and the white T-Rex. You know, lone wolf, she's a lone wolf, he's a lone wolf, so on and so forth. It's a lot to think about, but it makes sense. Well, this thing decides to come out of the ground and just eats the other contestant like it's nothing. And I mean, like, very gruesome like. Also, what a badass shot. I'm just gonna put that out there. And in the classic dinosaur way, the T-Rex and the Triceratops duke it out. They make a few passes on one another until the Triceratops manages to impale the T-Rex. But that isn't until the T-Rex rips a huge chunk off of the Triceratops. And I can tell that that did not feel good because this thing dies immediately afterward. And that just, ugh. It looks painful to just see. Then these little probes come down and start extracting blood from the T-Rex. The blood of anyone who drinks it is meant to give them unmatched vitality. And then we get the team up of the century. 2 lone wolves working together to take down the Sovereign. They both charge at the Sovereign, jumping off the Triceratops to where they're staying. This is really a hell yeah moment, and this is a hell yeah shot because by God, this is cool. They manage to reach where they're staying and the T-Rex eats the woman, but the man still manages to hold on. That isn't until she gets her grappling thing and gets him around the neck to pull him down. Oh my lord, look at that shot. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful right there. And then just like that, they all die. Yep, that's it. But not before she approaches the dying Tyrannosaurus and looks it in the eyes as she starts dying. As she has a monologue in her head, seeing the Tyrannosaurus die along with her in the process. We then cut to the wolf pack being free of the woods, going into regions unknown. Which is symbolic as now the 2 white wolves are free of the tyranny that was life. The forest being life, trying to navigate through it. And now that they have died, they are finally free. You know, for an 11-minute episode, there was a lot of symbolism and a lot of action that I really enjoyed with this. Also, again, dinosaurs fighting in space with super soldiers riding them. And Mr. Beast is there? Look, you can't get any better than that. This is like every paleontologist's wet dream. This is every dinosaur fan's wet dream. This was just perfect. I loved it. My number 1 so far, and I knew it was gonna be my number 1. Ever since I saw the trailer for this, I knew that this was gonna be my number 1 episode. I love it. I love it so much. Everything about it.